Hi Virgo, welcome to your December 2020 reading. Oh my gosh, this is a big deal. This is the last reading that you are going to possibly get, or rather, the last month that you're going to get readings before a whole new age of Aquarius. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes through for you. So, Virgo, let's jump right in. And of course, if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can check my bio box if you're watching on Instagram. Just click the Linktree link and you should find my Etsy link. That's where I have all of my readings. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just check the description box below and you'll find, boom, oh, just thought of cotton candy with that one. You'll find my Etsy link there. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to look at some of the energies that are going on in the higher levels for you. Usually at this level, this is where we find a rationale for what it is that we're experiencing here on the ground, so to speak. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, speaking of ground, you've got grounding. So coming out of November and into December and throughout the month of December, I'm seeing that you'll be going through some type of anchoring, so to speak. Now, if this reading is for you, Virgo, then I know this sounds really, a little bit strange for a Virgo, but I'm seeing a lot of being up in the air with a lot of things not buttoned down yet. Details up in the air. I'm getting some of you may be actually feeling really light, more like an air sign. You may be partying a little bit, some of you, but either way, this is not the kind of this is not characteristic of Virgo energy. Of course, you have different sorry, so many words are coming to my mouth right now. You have different placements for your other signs within you. However, Virgo energy tends to be really, things are, your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, right? So I do see the reason why you are experiencing a lot of them. See, yeah, these two. The reason why you're experiencing a lot of this up in the air energy is because you're going through a paradigm shift of some sort. You're doing some last minute homework, so to speak, spiritually. And so Spirit is just saying that it's going to be time to start grounding yourself and, getting yourself together, buttoning down the hatches. I keep wanting to say battening down. Is that what it is? So let's see energetically going on at the higher levels. Definitely seeing a rebirth for you. That's nice. Ooh, Virgo, yes, nice rebirth. But interestingly, it's not a big deal. Your Virgo's the hermit, but interestingly, I'm seeing that your rebirth is going to come quietly. It's going to come quietly, and it seems like it's going to be more of a personal rebirth. You're not going to have the bells and whistles. Everyone's not going to be looking at you like, oh my God, you did this, you did that. I'm just seeing this rebirth. It's like you go to sleep one way and then you wake up the next day and that's how you are. And true to form, I'm not worried about you, Virgo, because I just see you asking Spirit, okay, well, what's next? We could totally be looking at these energies later on in the month, as well as we have the new Age of Aquarius coming in on December 21st. But either way, I'm seeing you going through a few little transformations, but eventually your transformation, your ascension, your whatever you'd like to say, is going to come quietly in the night. I feel that for you, the biggest transformation that you possibly may have been going through is letting go of your quote unquote bad side. Now, when I say your bad side, that word is very subjective. But when I say it, I mean like maybe you've been bad to the bone, or what you would consider to be a bad girl or a bad boy, whatever. Oh my gosh, I didn't pay my taxes. Oh my God, I didn't. Whatever it is, I see you kind of nipping all of that in the bud. I see you clocking in, clocking out like a dutiful employee of life. And yeah, it's just, there it is. That's what I'm feeling for you. So again, I'm not worried about you. Of all the zodiac kids, I'm not worried about Virgo. Okay, Virgo, I'm getting that maybe one of the things I'd like to say is sometimes because you dot your I's and you cross your T's so often, and some of you may be considered straight-laced, some of you may be considered conservative, whatever the situation is. I feel that sometimes you run the risk, speaking of that, there it is, there's the muse / inspiration card. You run the risk of not following up on your little things. Little things, it means like hijinks, this is another word I'm getting. Like the little pranks that you could be playing, the little things you could do to what thrills, whims. You have to be careful, because I want you to make sure, look, there it is, see the inspiration? I want you to make sure that you're not putting these things on the back burner. Live your life is what Spirit is saying. Don't worry so much about being the perfect employee or being perfect. Here's your greatest, I'm getting greatest wish, but also your greatest fear. It's like living a life of mess, right? It's like, oh my God, what if I have a mess? What if, like, if I don't hold the gun to my own head, so to speak, like those are the words that are coming, then my life is going to be a mess. But actually, Spirit is saying that's actually not true. And maybe for you in particular, whoever's listening to this, it's not possible. It's like, oh my gosh, I missed my payment. Now I'm a felon. Take me away. But really, Spirit is like, no, you're not. You're probably so good at what you do that you get some type of concession made for you. Or so they're saying, don't be afraid. Live your life. Don't worry about it. Have fun. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, December's. Excuse me. Thirsty. December's looking good for you. Yeah, so far it's been, I like this. I mean, I'm not getting this blast of he did this and she did that and who, what, where, when, why. They're also letting you know that the future and also the past, okay? A lot of you workers know this. When I say workers, you light workers, you know this. The past is not set in stone, okay? The present isn't, the present is where you make all the decisions. The future is not set in stone. The past is not set in stone, dear God. So they're reminding you that it's okay to find comfort in that, because that's a scary thing. It's a really scary thing for earth signs like Virgo, dear God, Capricorn, Taurus, but mostly Virgo, I think, because there's this idea that, okay, I dotted my I's, I crossed my T's, therefore, because I've done everything I could do within my power in the present, that means the future will be positive for me. It will be squared away. And Spirit is like, no, that's not the case. Nothing is set in stone. In fact, you have one experience and it changes completely the way you see your past, and it changes what you thought your future was going to be. So they're saying, please understand that while that can be a scary thing, find hope and comfort in that, right? Hope and comfort in that. Speaking of hope, find hope and comfort in that you can reach for the stars right now. You can change your mind about things. You can try your little hijinks. You can live on the edge. You can whatever it is that you'd like to do, Virgo, and still come out okay and still be okay. And why? It's because you have hope. Hope is a very important thing. Now, many people will be like, oh, well, hope is for people who don't plan and people, but actually not necessarily. Hope is that thing that keeps everybody going, right? And sometimes it's the first thing to go if you're very afraid. So yeah, there's the double energy right there. Spirit is saying it's okay to leave things to chance sometimes. Virgo's like, oh my God, leave things to chance. Yes, because they're saying that a lot of times it's the road less traveled that brings you the most insight and actually gets you ready for the journey ahead of you. Okay, so that is precisely what they want to say. I'm also getting some energies for you guys. Somebody here, I wouldn't be surprised if quite a few of you. Oh, look at this. There's the change and gamble. Go ahead, take the these double meanings. Take the gamble, take the risk. But I'm seeing a lot of you guys may actually be pursuing or being pushed to pursue a more, let's say, a more unconventional, that's the word, a more unconventional profession. I'm seeing healing, to be exact. But they also said unconditional, and you know, they don't mince words in my readings, right? So I really feel that when they said unconditional, they're telling you take the risk. So what? You're taking the part-time job that's not full-time. You're not going to die. So what? You're taking the job that you didn't go to school for. Oh my God, right? So Spirit is saying it's okay if you take positions that maybe for a little bit you won't have the security that you're used to. Maybe this job is something that you feel you have to do. It's a little bit of a calling, but there's no 401k. There are no benefits as of yet. So whatever it is, they're saying take the gamble. I do feel that it's time for you to start opening up to your subconscious mind in a more positive way. So don't see the subconscious mind as this big devil that throws you off of your plans, because a lot of people who plan a lot, maybe one of the things that they need to do is to learn how to bring in more of the unconscious, more of the subconscious, more of their higher selves. Because if you just plan from the conscious mind, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, looking at your expenses, balancing it with your, your payments that come in, and oh, I can't do this because this tells me that my time, that I don't have enough time in the day. Like you're living a very 3D and linear life that doesn't leave much room for creativity, for expansion is what the guides are saying. And so for a lot of you guys, they have to like constantly tap you during your sleep time because you're doing too much while you're awake. So what I would invite you to do, Virgo, is if this reading is for you and it's resonating with you, I invite you to take more time in your day to create playtime, to create meditation time. Don't have a script for everything, because when you do that, it allows you to expand, it allows you to bring in information that you would not have otherwise had you gone about your daily routine. Throw the agenda out of the out of the channel is what I'm getting. What? Throw the agenda out of the window for this time being. You have to make room for creativity and play, they're saying, especially in the age to come. Because you guys know, look, I'm not, I don't do astrology proper. I'm more of an energy person, so I'm going to feel the energy, and for some reason I feel it feels like Virgo, and that's just how it presents itself to me, right? And so what I'm getting for you guys is energetically, Virgos, you're going to be shifting in the age of Aquarius. It's a whole new age. Information is going to be flowing differently. You're going to have to find a way to be more flexible in order to meander. This doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to have your plans and to have your earthy energy and to have your structures in place. Instead, I see you having an upgrade. The structures are not going to be so linear anymore. I'm just seeing you like whooshing in and out of, just tunnels and everything, but in a very structured way, right? So let's take a look. Remember, remember Hogwarts? Remember, oh God, what is Gringotts? Remember the bank? Remember the Gringotts? That's where all of the money is being, like, it's a major bank in the wizarding world. And look, let's be honest, that place is run by some damn Capricorns and some Virgos. Everybody's a Capricorn or a Virgo who works there, right? That's my guess. It just feels that way. And so, but notice whenever they'd have to go into the vaults, right? It wouldn't, there's a sense of structure, but it's like, it's not as linear, but yet it's like you get in this cart, you go here, you go up, down, in, out, but it's still a system, right? You can still have your system. So Capricorns are happy, and the Virgos can be happy because things still run in a linear way where they can dot their I's and cross their T's and have their rules and whatnot. However, the movements themselves are flexible and they don't go in a straight linear pattern. So that's something to consider. Going into the age of Aquarius, Virgo, I would invite you to ask yourself, how can I adjust myself to be in the right frame of mind for what's coming up? Here's your answer. Mystical. This, see here? It's just clouds. It's open. It's open. So the best way for you to prepare yourself is to become a friend to wide open spaces. Don't be so afraid when you find yourself not being able to see a structure, because it's kind of like, wait a minute, I don't see dots that I can connect easily. So what are we doing here? And so in a sense, it's almost like Virgo, you would really learn well from Aquarians, because I just feel this energy of Aquarius, that Aquarian energy, they don't need the dots. They don't need the system, right? They can come up with, innovatively, they can come up with a structure in their own mind based off of what they see. Whereas maybe Capricorn or Virgo may be like, well, I need to, what am I looking at so I can connect dots? So I don't want to say become more of an Aquarian, but become more in alignment with that kind of energy. And I would say, in order to bridge the gap between that Virgo energy that I was talking about and that Aquarian energy, systemless, innovative energy that I just mentioned, for you in particular, it would be about looking at what's there, not being afraid of the wide open space, conjuring up an idea of what it is that you want, what it is that you want to accomplish, and then thinking, how would that look like? So you have to have that innovation, and in order to get that to that innovation, you have to make room for the meditations. You have to make room for that space where you can bring in. It's not always about what you're acting out onto the world and creating and systematizing. It's about allowing information to come in and to flow freely to you, and for yourself to be guided, because as you do that, then you start to tap into something that is outside of the conscious mind. And that, my friends, is where you're going to get the innovation, the vision, everything. And then you can take your Virgo planning and your work ethic and everything and implement that vision onto the blank canvas that is before you. And so that's how I think you can move as a Virgo into enlightenment, so to speak. That word's been in my throat for a while for you. Into enlightenment in the age of Aquarius. Learn to be more innovative, more unconscious a little bit. And not unconscious, we're not moving backward, but learn to be more go with the flow, like an Aquarian would be, okay? And you're the hermit. Come on, hermits, when they really put their mind to it and they sequester themselves, they can reach those areas, okay? And who better than you guys, because you are the teachers of the zodiac, okay? Okay, so Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to look for inspiration, to look for teachers to teach you. And I know that could be a little humbling, and for some of you humiliating, right? Because it's like it's like for you, well, here's my brain that I've honed so much, and now you want me to throw my brain out basically and go to somebody else who's like eating granola in the middle of a forest to tell me how to move into the age of Aquarius. So first of all, I'm just going to say, to arrest the hubris, so to speak. So this is going to be a journey where you're going to have to abstain from the pride a bit and to see yourself as the student. Teachers who really understand teaching understand that they really are students. 1 minute you're the teacher and there's a student, and the next minute you're the student and you have a teacher, and that's just how it is. It's equality. And so what you have to do is to understand that you're trying to make a change for yourself. You're trying to transform yourself so that you can be in alignment with something new. And so if you don't know how to do that, it's okay to reach out. And even if you're taking lessons from a 12-year-old, it's humbling to be able to sit back and learn the correct way. Because in a new age, everything is different. Things that you didn't expect are going to be different. Oh, but teachers are supposed to look like this. No. Your teacher today is going to be that line of ants on your poolside. And then tomorrow you're going to watch some deer cross the road and get an epiphany. And then the next day you're going to have a conversation with a 5-year-old that says exactly what you needed to hear in that moment. And that is what it means to release yourself from a system and to go with the flow and to be innovative and to rock the boat, is what they're saying. Look at this. They're next underneath the deck. We have the change card. Okay. So Virgo, interesting that you would be my first video that I would make, my little teacher, for December. All right, so let's see. Let's pull. Do we want to? We've got like 2 minutes left. I do want to use some mermaid cards because the art is so beautiful. Yay! Okay, so my Virgos, what's up? What's up with you guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There it is. See, look. Weren't we just talking about that? Energy field adjustment. That's exactly what you guys need going into this age. Okay. Oh, the return of Aphrodite. That's a beautiful card. Okay. This is you guys. This is Spirit promising you that you are going to be back on top of things. In the age of Aquarius, if any sign is going to be quick and be a quick study, you have potential to be. I think that the only thing is you might hold yourself back if you don't let go of the pride and you don't let go of the, well, this is how it's been done. This is how I've done it before. It's proven to be perfect this way. If you can't let that go, you're going to make it harder on yourself. But look at you, reigning supreme. Okay? So the last messages I'm going to leave you with is, beauty, okay, wisdom, telepathy, and song of the siren. This is basically outlining a process for you. Look at what it is that you have. When you're about to move anywhere, you always look at what it is that you have and you think about what you'd like to bring with you. Take only that which you could use with you and leave the rest. We just talked about it. Don't be afraid of approaching new sets of wisdom, new philosophies. Don't be afraid of it. You are already a part of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to even approach it. You're vibrational match already. And so see yourself as synonymous with that energy already. And before you know it, you're going to be off and running, poised properly to be able to help others transition as well. Okay? Okay, Virgo, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave you with that. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please do reach out. I do offer readings starting at $25 and moving all the way up, depending on how in-depth you would like to go. All right? Mwah. Much love. Bye.